Hi, everyone. This is William from Montreal. If you're visiting my business page for the first time or you're watching my Go Live with Will Show for the first time, I really appreciate your time and, you know, watching this special Go Live. I just want to say that I am a business owner as well as a mentor. What I do is that I help people who are looking to start up and run a legitimate online business. Are you looking to spend more time with your family, or you're looking to save up for retirement, or probably just to cover up some bills and all that? Well, this business does that. You're in the right place. All you just need to do, you sign up with the link which I'm going to place on this Go Live, and you enter in your name and email address, and you start your journey to becoming your own boss. Today, we're going to be having a special guest, and she's going to be coming in shortly to tell us about how she got into this business and how this business has been, been good to her. Let me put it that way. So, fly with me too. Yes, today we are in Arkansas. How you doing, Carol?
Hi, I am good. I love that. I was over here like this smiling. I'm like, that is so cool. Welcome to
That's great.
Arkansas.
That's great. That's great.
Yes,
Like I always say, I love to make my guests feel special.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that. I
people need
love
to know
that.
where they're from because this
That's
business is
right.
international. Yeah,
Well, welcome to
cool,
the beautiful state of Arkansas. We call it the natural state.
awesome,
Yes.
great. Can you just introduce yourself to our audience so they know who they're listening to?
Yes, well, my name is Caroline. I am originally from Cameroon, and we're based now in Arkansas, and that's here in the US. I am a wife. I am a mom to three beautiful girls, and you can see the last right here with me making an appearance today. This is Tiara Kisheri, and I am a registered nurse and a digital business owner and mentor as well.
Awesome, awesome. A side question: are you still doing this full time, or you're still working full time, or you're doing this part time, the business?
Well, I'm doing the business part time. I'm doing and that's the beauty about it. I'm
Yes.
doing the business part time because I still work full time. Um, Soon and hopefully very soon, I will transition to doing it full time. And I think that's one of the things I'll share with you along the line because I mean the income from the business has far surpassed my income from my what I call my main hustle. My main
Awesome.
hustle that pays like a side hustle, and the side hustle that pays as a like a
Main
main hustle.
hustle.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great, great. So I come to my first question. What's the story behind you becoming or looking to become an online business owner?
Well, it is quite the story. And it's all connected to this lady right here. I call her my executive assistant.
Yeah, she's doing a
So,
good job.
right, she is. She sure is. When I was pregnant with her, about 30 weeks pregnant, in December, I contracted COVID, and
Oh,
I ended up in the ICU for a little bit, and because of
wow.
complications, they had to do a C-section, to and bring her to the world a little bit earlier than we planned.
Wow.
So she was in the ICU for about 8 weeks, and eventually,
Wow.
when I got discharged home, she was still in the NICU. She was in the NICU, and of course, we were worried, and wanted her home as soon as possible because I didn't even really get time to bond with her right after she was born because I was so sick and they had to, take me back to the ICU and they took her to the NICU. So first thing there was that vacuum, and I was missing her
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
So while home every day I had to go to the NICU, and breastfeed her or leave a pump and then take it there and just spend some
Hmm.
time with her and all of that.
Yeah.
So while praying and trusting God, for her to come back home as soon as possible, one of the conversations that my husband and I were having was, how are we going to pay for this? Because how, I mean, I know it's a little bit different in Canada,
Yeah.
but here in the US, having a baby is quite expensive. So, I mean, in our minds, we had already factored in like the regular hospital bills and everything. I had my first two, it wasn't by C-section. So I kind of thought I knew what numbers to expect,
Yeah.
but this time around, we're talking about a C-section for her, a NICU stay for her, 8-week NICU stay for her, and then an ICU stay for me. So those bills add up, and we knew for
Yeah.
sure that in no time those bills will start coming. So
Definitely.
in as much as we were praying and asking God to please bring her home soon, we were also um talking about how we were going to pay for it. So I work as a registered nurse. My husband is an IT engineer, but we had to start having some of these difficult, uncomfortable conversations
Yeah.
because, you know, some way, somehow, those bills had to get paid. Those bills
Definitely.
had to get paid.
Yeah.
And then another thing that we were talking about too was, how will I have to go back to work full time? Now, mind you, we're talking about, this is not, a full term baby. And even with a full term baby, my first two were full term, and it was so hard, you know, taking them to the daycare, and then going back to work and all of that. Then this one, she wasn't even full term; she was a preemie. So of course, I knew that she needed a little bit more of that tender, loving care.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I still had that vacuum because I didn't really get time to spend with her when she was just born. So at the back of my mind, I was like, no, like I can't even be talking about work right now. But in the US, they give you an average of 13 weeks for maternity leave.
Wow.
Right. So she's already in the NICU for, 8 of those 13 weeks. And then
Wow.
I was in the ICU. All of that is counted as well. So how much time do I have to spend with her at home
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
having to go back? So we had to start, having some really realistic but difficult conversations. And one of the things we're talking about was, we need more money. We
Yeah.
need more money. I don't want to take, another job. He also, he has a full-time job. He has school that he's also working on full-time. So our plates were
Wow.
full.
Yeah.
Our plates were full, but we needed money, right? So we started looking for a side hustle at that point. We started, praying and then looking for a side hustle. And we were very specific about what we were looking for. We were specific
Hmm.
about what we wanted. We needed something that will not further take us away from home, something that will easily just fit in with our really hectic schedules,
Yeah.
and then something that will also be able to bring in that supplementary income that we were looking for.
Yeah.
So as God will have it, while she was actually still in the NICU, my now business mentor just posted on, and I didn't even really know her then. Like, we were Facebook acquaintances, but we didn't know each other on a personal level.
Yeah.
So one day I was actually preparing to go to the NICU to see her, and then I was just scrolling on my Facebook and I saw her post, and she was just like, "Oh, if you're on maternity leave and you're looking for a side hustle, I have something that may be of interest to you." Very simple post. I was like, "Oh God, you're doing it again." I'm like, this is, like the post, I completely resonated with it, because that's exactly what I was looking for.
What you're
But
looking
then
for. Yeah.
you start having all those questions in your mind, right? Like, oh, is this one of those scams? All these internet businesses,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
like to promise what they can, and I don't want something where I'll go in and they'll start telling me all these stories, like, are we even sure? So all those questions. But then one of the things that I had to do like a reality check. I was like, wait, look at you also talking like somebody that has options. You, like, my friend, if you know what is good for you, better slide
Yeah,
in her
yeah,
DM. You know how,
yeah,
like, you at some point you have to, the Bible says David encouraged himself in the Lord. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I had to have that honest conversation with myself. Like, so according to you now, you have options there. Go inside her DM and ask for more information, which is exactly what is exactly what I did. So, and here we are.
Awesome,
Here we
awesome.
are.
And I come
Yeah.
to my second question. Why this particular business? Let's say you didn't see that ad. Would you
Yes.
have, what really drew you to this business? I said, okay, this is it.
Right. So, number one, it wasn't even an ad. Like, this was just a regular post on her Facebook page.
Okay.
And prior to that, we had looked at, because remember I told you, like, we were actually, like, seriously looking for a side hustle. So we had looked at other business models, but they were
Yeah,
not practical for our situation. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, oh, this business is bad. No, like,
mhm.
it works for whoever it works for,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know. So the business, some of the business models that we looked at were not practical to me and to what my reality is. Like, some of them, you have to sell, and then you keep call family and friends to come join you and things like that. And I'm like, there's only so many family and friends that you can call before they start
Yeah,
blocking your number, before
that's
before you
true.
start before you start burning your own bridges and you have
That's
nobody.
true.
Where are you going to go for Thanksgiving? So I'm
Yeah,
like, I want to preserve my
that's true.
so that was one of the things. And then some of them just involved too much maintenance, like you had to babysit, and I'm like, I already have babies to babysit. I'm not looking for I'm not looking for something
Extra.
where I'll have to start doing all this other work, so like I said, the other ones did not fit my reality.
Yeah,
Mind you, our plates were already full. We weren't looking for something that was going to come be like an additional burden to us again. So when we got the information that we needed about this business to actually make our decision, we're actually like, my husband and I were like, this is what we've been looking for. We're like, it's crazy. This is what it checked all the boxes and more. You know,
nice,
I'm like, I
nice.
don't have to worry about calling people here and there,
Yeah,
come and buy, come and buy, come and no. And then it's I call it a plug and play system. There's already a
yeah,
system for you to leverage. You see people getting incredible results in the system. So to me, it wasn't even a matter of, is this going to work? Because it clearly works. Like, you're seeing hundreds and thousands of people getting amazing results in the same community. And it's not like
yeah,
they curate a different system, to different people. It's the same system. So to
yes,
me, it was on me at that point to figure out, how can I replicate similar results or even better results than these people that also look like me and have one head like me.
yeah,
So I mean, that was it for me. Like, it made sense. It made sense. And um the payment system was, I haven't seen anything else like it out there. Like,
yeah,
payment system is very generous,
yeah,
very generous. So
yes.
I would be lying if I said that wasn't one of the key points for us. We're like, ooh, look at all those zeros.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, look at all those zeros,
Yeah, yeah,
so I mean, that's just some of the things. And then the fact that I can do it, while hanging out with my babies. Like, yesterday I got an alert, oh, you have a buyer. Why? I was feeding my babies.
nice,
I was
nice.
I'm like, look at this good news. And then the other day I had an alert while I was actually working on my main hustle. I'm like, yes, this is the kind of business I'm talking about. Like, you're on your main hustle and the side hustle
It's
is
generating, it's
working itself
working.
out.
Yeah,
Is working itself out.
that's the power of
So
automation.
the power of automation. And you know, starting off, I didn't have any experience with running a digital business like this before. I mean, I had an online I had an idea, but I didn't have like a mastery of so it was a learning curve for me. But the training is so comprehensive. I mean, they even
Yeah.
assume you don't know how to create a Facebook page. They teach you literally everything that you need
Yeah.
to know to to set up and to thrive as a digital business owner.
Yeah.
So that that those are just some of the points. I feel like if I keep going, I probably won't even end,
Yeah,
right,
because there are
Kiki?
so many things that so many points which are in this business that it's making life so easy for us as business owners.
Yes.
We don't
Yeah.
need to, bother friends, family. We don't need to hustle for anything.
Right.
You
Right.
just, like you said, plug and play.
Plug
And
and play. It
yeah,
is literally plug and play.
yeah, yeah.
There's this Cameroonian lady in our community who went on vacation, and you're on vacation and your business is working in the background. You come back on
Yes,
vacation and you have, checks worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, it's
yes,
not magic. It's
yeah,
not, and I try to make sure I let people know it's not a get rich quick scheme, but
yes,
it's a
yes. Very
business
good
that
point.
if you follow the training, you follow the recommendations, you do your own due diligence, it has incredible potential. My husband and I keep saying, we're like, we found gold, we're going to dig. We
Yes,
found
yes,
we
yes.
we found gold, we're going to
Yeah,
dig. So
awesome.
those are just some of the things.
Great.
Some of the things.
Yes.
Yes.
So is there like a qualification for someone who is looking to start up this business?
Not technically, and excuse my daughter eating her foot right there,
It's okay.
but
As the executive assistant, she has the
I
right
know,
to do
right?
whatever.
She's just chowing on her own toes and all of that. But not really. The main qualification is you should have a mobile phone or a laptop. That's
Yeah,
the thing, and the willingness, because mindset is very key.
yeah,
Mindset is key in anything worthwhile that you're doing. So I would say a phone, a laptop, and the willingness to succeed, the willingness to apply yourself. Again, like I said, this is not a get rich quick scheme.
yeah,
You have to have that willingness to actually apply yourself to, and then you get the results that you desire.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Definitely, definitely. We have a few people watching from. We have one from Edmonton, Magda, and we have Emira also watching.
Hi.
They're saying hi. Yes,
Thank
and
you so much for watching, you all. Hi.
yes, thanks, guys.
Mhm.
That reminds me, today we're going to be having the free online workshop. So for those
Yes.
that would like to be part of this business that my wonderful guest is mentioning,
Yes.
I'm going to put the link for us to, you guys to get in touch and watch the free online workshop. You just simply enter in your name and email address, and you watch it and see
That's
what
it.
we are talking about.
Right.
Even myself, when I watched the webinar, I couldn't believe it that people are making so much,
It is
you
real.
know.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, this is something I'm looking for. This is what I
Yes.
need to get into, and I never looked back.
Right.
I come to my fourth question. What would you say to someone who wants to, join this business?
Do it. Do not see. I remember I was saying earlier how I was at some point I was having conversations with myself because that what's the word? Like sometimes your mind can play tricks with you know, and sometimes you start replaying, especially things that maybe you've heard other people say,
Yes,
or some
yes,
of those experiences necessarily are not even your own experiences.
yeah,
But if you're not careful, you let those experiences become a stumbling block to your own progress.
that's true.
So I had to arrest myself, like, girl, no, don't be sounding over here like somebody who has all these options. You need a side hustle.
Yeah,
Worst case scenario, you find that you get the information, you ask for information, you get the information, and you make an informed decision at that point that you don't
that's
want
true.
to do it. But
Yeah.
at least you would have done your due diligence to make
Hmm.
sure you at least, because you want to get you to know more about this, you want to know more about this. So get out of your own way,
Yeah.
and ask Will for more information, attend that live webinar, and after the webinar, ask Will for the next step. They are one of the most amazing things that I love about the business too, is the fact that we have that money back guarantee for the pre-registration.
Yeah.
So if you do the pre-registration and you get all of that information and you go through it and you decide you're like, no, this is not the best fit for me, that is absolutely fine. You
Yeah.
ask for your refund, you get back your refund 28 to 48 hours. They give it to you so quick, you can begin to wonder if there's something wrong. You probably be like, wait, listen, did I do something? Are they mad at me? Like, they give it to you so quick,
That's
but
true.
at
That's true.
least
Yeah.
get the information.
Yeah.
Get the information, guys. There are options out there. I do not want a single person to ever have to feel like I felt, to where it's like, okay, do I have to choose between taking care of my daughter and making money to pay the bills? Nobody should be in that position. No mother, no father, no human being should be in that position. There are
Yeah.
options, and this business is one of those options. You definitely want to at least do yourself a favor to get information and then make your decision from there.
That's true. Perfectly said. Well said. Well said. And I come to my final question, which is, what country would you like to go next? As okay,
Israel.
Israel. Why? Why Israel?
That has been that has been my dream vacation destination. And you know what's funny? My husband and I have been married for going on 7 years now,
Wow.
and
Nice.
we've never gone on vacation.
Seriously.
We have never gone on vacation,
Wow.
you know,
You guys
and
need to go.
yes, we do. And this year, after our business started doing really well, and mind you, I've just been doing this for about, it's not even been 4 months yet. So what
Nice.
since our business started doing really well, we started having those conversations. We're like, we need to go on vacation. It's time to go. So that is one of the amazing things that the business has done for us, and I definitely cannot wait to go to Israel. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
great. That's
Yes.
great. Wow.
Yes.
That's the beauty of this business. It goes with you
Yes.
wherever you go.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
be in Israel, in Europe, America, South America, Asia.
Yes.
Your business is going and
It's
you're
running in the
enjoying
background.
yourself. Yeah. You're having fun with yourself, your family, and friends.
Yes.
And, you
Right.
know,
Right.
this business is phenomenal.
It
Really.
is.
Maybe I saw it, I jumped with 2 feet. I didn't kind of like, hey, let me taste the water first.
No, no, you were
No.
like, this is it.
Yeah.
I wish that was it, like, oh man, like the way we can get in our own way. But I am glad finally I had to kick,
That's
the
good.
doubts and the questions and everything. I had to kick it to
Yeah.
the curb.
That's
And
good.
I was talking with my mentor the other day, Lucy. And no, actually not Lucy, Mari, I think. And I was like, why did we find out about this last year? Like, why did we
Everybody
not
says
find
that.
out about this
Everybody.
last year? Do you know where I'll be now if I found out about this last year?
Yes, yes, yes. It's
But
way,
it's
way at the
okay.
top.
It's better late than never, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
always good to start.
exactly. Start,
Yeah,
start, start. Yeah.
yeah. And like how my beautiful guest said today, it's never late to start. You
Yes.
can start today and start, doing something for yourself and your future, because this business can be transferred. It's not just, you do it and that's it. You can transfer it to your
Your
grandkids,
children. Yes.
grandchildren. Yeah, yeah. That's another beauty thing about this business.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow. Thank you so much, Carol, for being here with me in
You're
this go live.
welcome.
I really appreciate it.
You are so
Thank
welcome.
thank your executive assistants for
Say
being
you are
so
welcome,
wonderful today.
sir.
Thank you
Say I've
so
been
much.
helping my boss all day, huh?
Yeah,
We've been doing this together, right, girl? She's like,
yeah.
absolutely.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today for being a wonderful guest. And
You're
hopefully,
welcome.
6 months, a year from now, we're going to catch up and see how things are going in your business.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I believe
It will
so.
be, I believe it was going to be a completely different story then. And
Yeah.
then I'll probably be telling you about the trip to Israel.
Oh, yes. Yes. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
Thank you so much, Carol.
You're welcome, Will.
Take
Thank
care.
you so much for
Bye
having
for
me.
now.
Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye for now. Yes, guys, that's my wonderful guest for today. Yeah, she said it all. I mean, sometimes, yeah, it's okay to be skeptical about anything that has to do with online and so on. But still, you should not let that stop you from getting to your destiny, because we all have destinies to fulfill. Probably this is a means to get you to your destiny. You never can tell until you try. Like in our community, what we say is you never know until you do it, until you try. So give it a try. You have the link, you sign up with your email address and your name and watch the free online workshop. Like I said, 8 p.m. tonight, we're going to be having the free online workshop, which is live. You're going to see people who started this business just like where you are right now. They started it some time ago, and now they are testifying of how this business has blessed them and blessed their family, and they are grateful. They're grateful. I am grateful. Carol is grateful for being a business owner, and this business has turned around so many things in our lives, not just the financial aspect. In other areas of our lives, we are blessed, and so we are here bringing out to you guys to let you know that this business can bless you too if you're ready and you have the heart for a change. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this go live. Next week we're going to continue with more guests. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me. I appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care, guys. William signing out. Bye for now.